Enough is enough. Meri Brown finally turns on Kody Brown. Meri Brown has entered a powerful new phase of her life, one that fans of Sister Wives have been waiting to see for years. While we can't confirm whether she's a fan of Taylor Swift, there's no denying that Meri is stepping into her own new era, one marked by confidence, strength, and self-respect. The latest episode of the TLC reality show captures this turning point perfectly, showing Meri slowly shedding her old identity as the endlessly forgiving wife and instead embracing the version of herself that no longer accepts disrespect, excuses, or manipulation. In the newest installment, viewers watched Meri share heartfelt and brutally honest moments with her best friend, Jenn Sullivan, who has often served as her voice of reason and support throughout the chaos of her relationship with Kody Brown. Jenn did not mince words during their conversation, openly questioning why Meri continued to be so kind and accommodating toward Kody after everything he had put her through. With her trademark bluntness, Jenn called Kody an ass, expressing the frustration that so many viewers have felt while watching Meri suffer for years in silence. Her message to Meri was simple but powerful: it was time to stop playing nice and start demanding the respect she deserved. When Jenn asked how much longer Meri intended to tolerate Kody's behavior, Meri seemed to have a timeline in mind. She mentioned that she would probably give it about 6 more weeks, just enough time, she said, for the sale of the Coyote Pass property to be finalized. It was clear that Meri had been trying to close one chapter before fully stepping into the next, but Jenn wasn't convinced that patience was the best approach. Her advice was straightforward: stop waiting, stop making excuses, and stop being the nice girl. At first, Meri hesitated, admitting that she didn't want to be seen as a BTCH. That moment was both revealing and heartbreaking. It showed how deeply ingrained her people-pleasing tendencies had become, and how much she feared being judged for simply standing up for herself. Many women watching could likely relate, being taught to keep the peace, even at the cost of their own happiness. Jenn's tough love, though, seemed to strike the right chord. She reminded Meri that asserting boundaries and demanding respect isn't being mean, it's being strong. It's reclaiming one's worth after years of being overlooked and undervalued. Throughout the episode, Meri's transformation became increasingly visible. While she has often been portrayed as the most loyal of Kody's former wives, she's now learning that loyalty doesn't mean letting someone walk all over you. Among all of Kody's exes, Meri has arguably defended him the most, even after their spiritual marriage fell apart and their emotional connection vanished. But now, she's starting to realize that protecting Kody's image or avoiding confrontation won't bring her peace, only standing her ground will. Jenn encouraged her to practice what that strength looks and sounds like. She even had Meri repeat empowering phrases, including "you do not control me," helping her friend rebuild a sense of power and independence that had been chipped away over time. The two women shared laughter as Meri rehearsed telling off Kody, even pretending to say lines like, "Get your SHT together," and "comb your F-king hair." While those words were playful and exaggerated, the exercise symbolized something deeper. For the first time, Meri was imagining what it felt like to confront Kody head-on, unfiltered and unapologetic. This light-hearted practice carried an undertone of emotional healing. Through humor and honesty, Meri was reclaiming a part of herself that she had buried long ago, the part that wasn't afraid to speak her mind. For years, she tolerated public humiliation, emotional neglect, and countless betrayals, all while maintaining a calm, composed image. Now, fans are finally seeing her crack open that calm exterior to reveal a fiery woman who refuses to be silenced anymore. By the time this scene was filmed, Meri was already nearing a turning point in her personal and financial life. The Coyote Pass property, once meant to symbolize unity and shared dreams among Kody and his wives, had instead become a bitter reminder of everything that fell apart. According to reports, the land was officially sold in April, meaning this portion of Sister Wives was shot months before that milestone. What matters most is that around this same period, Meri began asserting her rights more forcefully. Gone was the woman who quietly accepted crumbs of attention or affection. In her place stood someone who was ready to fight, quite literally, for what was hers. In one particularly striking moment from the new season, Meri confessed that she had reached a breaking point. "There's a few things that I will fight for," she said firmly, "and this is one of them." Her words carried the conviction of someone who had spent too long compromising her own happiness. For years, she endured accusations of manipulation, dishonesty, and desperation from both viewers and her own family members. Now, she's determined to rewrite that narrative, not by explaining herself, but by taking action. When she mentioned that she'd be willing to sue Kody if he didn't give her a fair share from the property sale, fans across social media erupted in support. This was the Meri they'd been waiting to see, confident, assertive, and no longer playing the victim. This evolution didn't happen overnight. It's been years in the making, shaped by heartbreak, self-reflection, and growth. From the outside, Meri's loyalty to Kody seemed almost unbreakable. Even after their relationship crumbled and he publicly dismissed her, she continued to defend him, holding on to the hope of reconciliation or closure. But as time passed, and especially after seeing how Kody treated his other wives, Meri began to understand that being nice wasn't earning her respect, it was keeping her trapped. Now, she's rewriting her story on her own terms. Her friendship with Jenn has been a crucial part of that process. Jenn's honesty, humor, and refusal to let Meri slip back into old habits have given her the push she needed to reclaim her independence. The two women have developed a genuine sisterhood that stands in contrast to the fractured family dynamic Meri once shared with Kody's plural household. Jenn reminds Meri that empowerment doesn't mean becoming harsh or bitter, it means setting boundaries and recognizing your worth. Their interactions show that healing can come with laughter, and that strength can look like a woman finally saying, "No more." Meri's new era isn't just about getting even with Kody or proving a point. It's about rebuilding her life from the ground up. She has spoken openly about her desire for happiness and fulfillment, and this episode shows her taking the first concrete steps toward that goal. Her decision to stop being the nice girl isn't about anger, it's about authenticity. She's realizing that she doesn't need to make herself smaller to make others comfortable. The symbolism of this shift is powerful. For years, fans have watched Meri navigate rejection, loneliness, and heartbreak, often with grace that went unappreciated. Now, she's embracing the strength that was always within her. She's learning that self-respect isn't selfish, it's survival. And as she continues this journey, she's becoming a voice for countless others who have struggled to reclaim their identity after toxic relationships. Meri Brown's story is no longer just about heartbreak or polygamy. It's about rebirth. It's about a woman who spent decades prioritizing others, finally learning to prioritize herself. Her nice girl era may be over, but what's replacing it is far more inspiring, a chapter defined by power, self-love, and unshakable independence. As fans continue watching Sister Wives, they're not just seeing a reality show anymore. They're witnessing a transformation. Meri isn't being the so-called B-word, she's being brave. She's standing up for what's rightfully hers, both emotionally and financially. And for that, she deserves every bit of the applause she's finally getting.